Welcome back, everyone. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of United Kingdom half-penny coins. If you think these old copper coins are only worth half a penny, think again. Some rare half-pennies have sold for hundreds, thousands, and even tens of thousands of dollars, depending on their year, mint mark, condition, and rarity. In today's countdown, we'll explore the top 4 most valuable United Kingdom half-penny coins, featuring different years and conditions that collectors are always searching for. Make sure to watch until the end because one of these coins might already be hiding in an old coin collection or forgotten drawer. Let's get started. First up, the 1891 United Kingdom halfpenny. At first glance, a dirty or heavily circulated coin may not seem valuable, but age alone can make people wonder if they have discovered a hidden treasure. Could an 1891 halfpenny in dirty condition still be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars? In this video, we'll explore the history of this historic coin, its unique design, collector demand, rarity, and its current auction market value in US dollars. Be sure to watch until the end because we'll also share tips that can help you identify whether your coin is an ordinary example or a more desirable collectible. The 1891 United Kingdom halfpenny was issued during the reign of Queen Victoria, one of the most famous monarchs in British history. By 1891, Britain was at the height of the Victorian era, and the halfpenny was widely used in everyday commerce. These bronze coins helped people purchase inexpensive goods, making them an essential part of daily life. Millions of half-pennies circulated throughout the United Kingdom, passing through countless hands over many decades. Because they were used so heavily, many surviving examples show extensive wear, scratches, stains, and dirt. Despite this, they remain popular among collectors because they represent an important period in British history and are more than 130 years old. The obverse of the 1891 halfpenny features the celebrated portrait of Queen Victoria, wearing a small crown and veil. Around her portrait is the Latin inscription identifying her as Queen of Great Britain and Empress of India. The reverse displays the beautiful seated figure of Britannia, holding a trident and shield while facing the sea, a symbol of Britain's naval strength and global influence during the Victorian era. Below Britannia appears the date 1891, making the year easy to identify. The coin is made of bronze, measures approximately 25 millimeters in diameter, and weighs about 5.7 grams. Collectors appreciate these classic Victorian details, especially when the design remains visible despite years of circulation. One of the biggest questions collectors ask is whether a dirty 1891 halfpenny is rare. The answer depends largely on its condition and any unusual characteristics. Most dirty or heavily circulated examples are not considered rare because many were produced and many still survive today. Dirt, corrosion, scratches, and heavy wear reduce a coin's desirability and value. However, even well-worn examples attract beginner collectors because of their historical significance and affordable price. If a coin retains clear details, has an attractive natural brown color beneath the dirt, or shows a rare minting error such as an off-center strike, die crack, or unusual die variety, collector demand can increase significantly. Rare varieties are always worth examining carefully before selling the coin. Now let's discuss the value. In dirty or heavily circulated condition, a typical 1891 United Kingdom halfpenny usually sells for approximately $2 to $15 US, depending on its overall appearance and the strength of collector demand. A nicer circulated example with more visible detail may bring $20 to $60 US. Extremely well-preserved coins in uncirculated condition often sell between $100 and $300 US, while exceptional specimens with outstanding eye appeal or rare varieties can achieve $500 to over $1,500 US at major auctions. In very rare cases involving certified high-grade examples or significant mint errors, auction prices may climb even higher. This is why it is important to evaluate every old coin carefully before deciding its true worth. If you own an 1891 halfpenny, the first rule is never clean the coin. Cleaning can permanently damage the original surface and reduce its value. Instead, store it in a protective coin holder or capsule to prevent additional wear. Check the date carefully and inspect both sides under good lighting or with a magnifying glass to look for unusual features, minting errors, or die varieties. Compare your coin with authenticated auction examples and consider having valuable-looking pieces graded by a professional coin grading service. If your coin appears unusually sharp, has an attractive original surface, or displays an uncommon variety, obtaining professional authentication could increase buyer confidence and improve its market value. The 1891 United Kingdom halfpenny is a remarkable piece of Victorian history that continues to attract collectors around the world. Although most dirty and heavily circulated examples are worth only a few dollars, their historical importance makes them enjoyable collectibles. Better preserved coins, rare varieties, and certified high-grade examples can be worth substantially more, with some selling for hundreds or even thousands of dollars at auction. So before you overlook an old halfpenny tucked away in a coin jar or inherited collection, take a closer look. You may own a fascinating piece of British history with surprising collector value. Next up, the United Kingdom halfpenny dated 1809. Even in bad or heavily worn condition, this historic coin continues to attract collectors because it represents an important era in British history. Many people find old halfpennies in inherited collections or metal detecting finds and wonder if they could be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. In this video, we'll look at the history of the 1809 halfpenny, its unique design, why collectors still seek damaged examples, and how much these coins can sell for at auctions in today's market. The 1809 halfpenny was issued during the reign of King George III, one of Britain's longest-serving monarchs. During the early 1800s, Britain was deeply involved in the Napoleonic Wars, making copper coinage essential for everyday trade and commerce. The Royal Mint produced halfpennies to help solve shortages of small change, and these coins circulated heavily throughout the United Kingdom. Because they were used daily for decades, most surviving 1809 halfpennies show significant wear, scratches, corrosion, or damage. Finding an example with clear details has become increasingly difficult over the years, making better preserved coins much more desirable. Nevertheless, even well-worn pieces remain popular because they are over 2 centuries old and represent an important chapter in British numismatic history. The obverse of the 1809 halfpenny features the portrait of King George III, facing right, with a surrounding Latin inscription identifying him as the King of Great Britain. Despite heavy circulation, many collectors enjoy identifying the portrait and remaining lettering, which connect the coin to the early 19th century. The reverse displays the seated figure of Britannia, holding a trident and shield while facing the sea. The date, 1809, appears below Britannia, making it the key feature collectors first examine. The coin is composed of copper and originally displayed a rich reddish-brown color, although most circulated examples have developed dark brown or nearly black surfaces after more than 200 years. Collectors also inspect the edge, strike quality, and remaining design details. Even when the coin is heavily worn, the visible date and recognizable design make it an appealing historical artifact. An 1809 halfpenny in bad condition is generally not considered extremely rare because many examples have survived. However, what makes it desirable is its age and historical significance. Every genuine 1809 halfpenny is more than 200 years old, giving it a special place in many British coin collections. Collectors who specialize in early copper coinage often purchase damaged examples simply to fill a date in their collection until they can upgrade to a finer specimen. Metal detector enthusiasts and beginning collectors also appreciate these affordable historic coins. If a worn coin still has a readable date, visible portrait, and recognizable Britannia design, it will usually have collector value. Coins with unusual minting errors, exceptional historical provenance, or unusually attractive surfaces may command stronger prices despite overall wear. The value of an 1809 United Kingdom halfpenny depends on authenticity, remaining detail, originality, and overall condition. A heavily worn or damaged example with corrosion or scratches typically sells for around $10 to $40. A better circulated example with a clear date and stronger details often brings $40 to $100. Very fine specimens can sell between $150 and $350, while extremely fine examples may reach $400 to $800. Uncirculated or exceptionally preserved examples are much scarcer and have sold for $1,000 to over $3,000 at major auctions, particularly when they retain original surfaces and sharp details. Collectors should remember that exceptionally high prices are generally reserved for coins with outstanding preservation, rare varieties, or remarkable auction competition. Most heavily damaged examples remain affordable historical collectibles rather than high-value investment pieces. If you own an 1809 halfpenny, avoid cleaning or polishing it, even if it appears dirty or heavily toned. Cleaning can permanently damage the original surface and significantly reduce its collector value. Always examine the date carefully to confirm it reads 1809, and compare the design with authenticated examples to ensure the coin is genuine. Using a magnifying glass can help identify important details and possible varieties. Store the coin in a protective holder or archival quality flip to prevent additional corrosion and scratches. If you believe your coin has unusually sharp details or an uncommon variety, consider having it authenticated and graded by a professional coin grading service before offering it for sale. Following auction results for similar coins is also a great way to understand current market trends, since values can fluctuate depending on collector demand and the quality of the individual specimen. The 1809 United Kingdom halfpenny is much more than an old copper coin. It is a surviving piece of British history from the reign of King George III and the era of the Napoleonic Wars. Even in bad condition, it remains collectible because of its age, historical importance, and lasting appeal among numismatists. While most damaged examples are worth between $10 and $40, coins with stronger details or exceptional preservation can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars at auction. Before assuming your coin is ordinary, take the time to inspect it carefully. You might discover a valuable historical treasure hidden in your collection. Next up, the fascinating United Kingdom 1914 halfpenny, especially examples found in black shade or heavily toned condition. Many people discover these old bronze coins in family collections, metal detecting finds, or antique boxes and wonder if the dark color means they have found a rare treasure. In this video, we'll explore the history of the 1914 halfpenny, its unique design, collector demand, rarity in worn condition, and its current auction market value in US dollars. Stay with us until the end because the value of this century-old coin depends on much more than its age alone. The 1914 United Kingdom halfpenny was issued during the reign of King George V, at the beginning of one of the most significant years in British history, as the First World War started in 1914. The coin was struck in bronze for everyday circulation and was widely used throughout the United Kingdom. More than 20 million pieces were minted, making it a common circulation issue rather than a low mintage rarity. Even though millions were produced, surviving coins in high-quality condition are much harder to find today because most circulated heavily for decades. The obverse of the 1914 halfpenny features the left-facing portrait of King George V with the Latin royal inscription surrounding his bust. The reverse displays the famous seated Britannia holding a trident and shield, with the denomination halfpenny beside her and the date 1914 below. The coin measures approximately 25 millimeters in diameter, weighs about 5.7 grams, and is made of bronze. Many collectors notice examples with a very dark brown or almost black appearance. This black shade is usually the result of natural toning, oxidation, or decades of environmental exposure. While attractive natural toning can sometimes appeal to collectors, a black color by itself does not automatically increase the coin's value. The overall condition, remaining detail, and originality are much more important. 1914 halfpenny in black shade, heavily circulated, scratched, or environmentally damaged condition is generally not considered rare because of the large original mintage. However, collectors still purchase these coins as affordable examples of the George V series or to complete date collections. If the coin has only natural dark toning while retaining sharp details and no major damage, it may attract slightly stronger collector interest than a harshly cleaned coin. On the other hand, corrosion, deep scratches, rim damage, or severe wear can significantly reduce its desirability. Because millions were produced, collectors usually pay premiums only for coins with excellent preservation, unusual varieties, or certified high grades. Now let's discuss what most viewers want to know: the value. A heavily worn or black-shaded circulated 1914 halfpenny typically sells for around $1 to $5 if it has significant wear or damage. Better fine or very fine examples often sell in the $5 to $15 range. Extremely fine pieces can reach around $15 to $25, while attractive uncirculated coins may sell for $40 to $75 or more, depending on eye appeal and certification. Exceptional mint state examples offered through major auctions can realize even higher prices because of strong collector competition. Remember that online auction prices vary depending on bidding activity, certification, and the coin's overall appearance. A dark-colored coin with heavy damage is unlikely to command premium prices simply because it is old. If you own a 1914 halfpenny, never clean it with chemicals or abrasive materials. Cleaning can permanently reduce collector value. Store the coin in a protective holder or archival flip to prevent further environmental damage. Carefully inspect the date, portrait, and Britannia for remaining detail, and compare your coin with graded examples before estimating its value. If your coin appears exceptionally well preserved or has an unusual variety, consider having it evaluated by a professional coin dealer or grading service before selling. The United Kingdom 1914 halfpenny is a wonderful piece of British history that has survived for more than a century. Although a black-shaded example in worn condition is usually not rare, it remains an interesting collectible with historical significance. Most heavily circulated examples are worth only a few dollars, while high-grade coins with excellent preservation can bring substantially higher prices at auction. Whether you're a beginner or an experienced collector, every old coin tells a story, and the 1914 halfpenny is a reminder of Britain at the dawn of the First World War. Next up, the United Kingdom 1898 halfpenny. At first glance, this old copper coin may seem worn, dirty, and inexpensive, but appearances can be deceiving. Many collectors enjoy searching through old collections hoping to discover a rare date, an unusual variety, or a valuable error coin. Even an 1898 halfpenny in dirty condition has historical significance and can attract collector interest depending on its details. In today's video, we'll explore the history of this coin, its unique features, how collectible it is in damaged condition, its current auction market value in US dollars, and some useful tips for collectors. The 1898 United Kingdom halfpenny was issued during the long and famous reign of Queen Victoria, one of Britain's most influential monarchs. By 1898, the British Empire had grown into one of the largest empires in world history, and British coins circulated across many parts of the world. The halfpenny served as an everyday coin used by ordinary people for small purchases. Because millions of these coins were used in daily commerce, many examples became heavily worn, scratched, stained, or dirty over time. More than a century later, surviving coins provide a fascinating glimpse into Victorian Britain and remain popular among collectors of world coins. The obverse of the 1898 halfpenny features the portrait of Queen Victoria, often called the Old Head or Veiled Head design. Around the portrait is the Latin inscription identifying Victoria as Queen. The reverse displays the iconic seated figure of Britannia holding a trident and shield, with the date 1898 below. The coin was struck in bronze and has a rich brown appearance when naturally aged. Even coins that have become dark, dirty, or heavily circulated still display the classic Victorian design that collectors appreciate. Coins with original surfaces and natural aging are generally preferred over pieces that have been harshly cleaned. The 1898 halfpenny is not considered one of the rarest Victorian halfpennies because it had a relatively large production. However, after more than 125 years, finding examples with attractive original surfaces and strong details has become increasingly difficult. A dirty or heavily circulated coin is usually common, but it still has collector value because of its age and historical importance. Collectors who are building complete date sets often purchase lower-grade examples as affordable placeholders until they can upgrade later. If a dirty coin also displays an unusual minting error, an uncommon die variety, or exceptional detail despite circulation, collector demand can increase significantly. In today's collector market, the value of an 1898 United Kingdom halfpenny depends mainly on its condition, originality, and whether it has any rare varieties. A typical dirty or heavily circulated example usually sells for approximately $2 to $10. Coins in fine to very fine condition often sell for around $10 to $30. Preserved extremely fine examples may reach $40 to $100. Exceptional uncirculated coins with original mint luster can sell for $150 to $400 or more, especially when offered through major coin auctions. If an 1898 halfpenny is discovered with a verified mint error, striking error, or an extremely rare die variety, auction prices can climb well beyond these estimates, sometimes reaching several hundred or even over $1,000 depending on rarity and collector competition. Most ordinary dirty coins, however, remain modestly priced. If you own an 1898 halfpenny, avoid cleaning it with chemicals or abrasive materials. Cleaning usually lowers collector value because it removes the coin's original surface. Instead, store it in a protective coin holder or capsule to prevent further damage. Carefully inspect the date, portrait, lettering, and Britannia design for unusual features or possible mint errors. Comparing your coin with certified examples can help identify valuable varieties. If you believe your coin has exceptional detail or an unusual characteristic, consider having it authenticated and graded by a professional coin grading service before offering it for sale. The 1898 United Kingdom halfpenny is a wonderful reminder of the Victorian era and remains a favorite among collectors of British coins. Although a dirty or heavily circulated example is generally worth only a few dollars, its historical significance continues to make it an appealing collectible. Better preserved examples and rare varieties can command much higher prices at auction, making every old halfpenny worth examining carefully. Thank you for watching today's video. If you enjoy learning about rare and valuable coins from around the world, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss our next coin collecting adventure. Happy collecting, and we will see you in the next video.